Social media is on fire right now. This is as a result of the latest by the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, where 792 syndicates that are into cryptocurrency, romance, fraud in Lagos got arrested. You'll be wondering about this. Is this a news? Is this something new? No, not at all. The thing is this: a lot of people, particularly foreigners, have always thought that Nigerians or Ghanaians are on top of this fraud. They are like, oh, the Nigerian prince, Nigerian fraud, Nigerian fraudsters. No, not at all. There are a lot of things that people do not understand about fraud. Let us go deeper into this news. The economic chairman of the Financial and Crimes Commission, Efcc, Ola Olukoyede, has disclosed that the commission, in a landmark raid, arrested 792 suspects for their alleged involvement in cryptocurrency investment fraud and romance scam. The suspects were apprehended on Tuesday, December 10, 2024, in a surprise operation at their hideout, an imposing 7-story edifice known as Big Leaf Building on number 7 Oyin Jolayemi Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, following verifiable intelligence received by the commission. Speaking during a media briefing on Monday, December 16, 2024, at the Lagos Zonal Directorate of the Commission, Olukoyede stated that 148 Chinese, 40 Philippines, 2 Kazakhstans, and 1 Pakistani, 1 Indonesian were arrested during the operation. Now, what does that tell you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, a lot of people have always thought that Nigerians are the ones into this crime. No, not at all. Not at all. They do not understand that other nationalities, other race will hide behind to commit and perpetrate crime. And when you check, you will be thinking, oh, these are Nigerians. This is a Nigerian thing. Why? Because the IP or the mode and manner at which they operate could to you appear as if these are Nigerians. But this is not. The Efcc boss, who spoke through the Director of Public Affairs, EFCC Commander of the EFCC, C. Wilson Uwajarin, further stated that the foreign nationals use the facility, which could be mistaken for a corporate headquarters of a financial establishment, to train their Nigerian accomplice on how to initiate romance and investment scams, and also used the identities of their Nigerian accomplice to perpetrate their criminal activities. Now, do you get the picture? Do you understand how it works? So if you think that Nigerians are the expert, no, they are not. They are not. There are people who are behind the scene operating. And we have a lot of this littered all over Nigeria. You will never know that Chinese, Philippines, and the rest of them are into it. Let us quickly look deeper into this matter as the case is being looked into, investigated.
Okay, let me start with a comment of the chairman of the EFCC,
Yes.
Mr. Olukoyede, that these persons do not even know who the owners of the company is, and that they are paid, like daily paid workers. Now, this speaks to two things. The fact that there is very serious unemployment in this country. There are too many jobless young men and women out there who can be recruited for any kind of negative purpose, whether criminal or otherwise. The second thing is that the chairman of the EFCC is saying, oh, these 792 suspects do not even know who the owners of the company are. I think the onus is on the security agencies, not just the EFCC, to find out who the owners of the company are, how they manage right in the heart of Lagos, Victoria Island, to rent a 7-story building,
unbelievable,
set up a massive operation involving high-end technology, and they recruited so many people in their hundreds. And the Nigerian security system could not notice them, could not find out what they were doing until now. That means that this operation may have been going on for a very long time. And now that they have found them, I think the owners should not be let off the hook. Now look at the profile of the foreigners involved. About 114 Chinese people. Two persons from Kazakhstan, two from the Philippines. I think there were also Filipinos, 14 Filipinos.
And Indonesians.
All these people, they are supposed to have immigration permits.
Yes.
Or what do they call it? Work visa or something in Nigeria. So the Nigerian immigration system could not trace them, could not track them to know what exactly they do in Nigeria. Yeah. That they will now set up an amoral criminal enterprise called the investment scam and romance scam. And they teach these many Nigerians that they recruit how to deceive women overseas, giving them SIM cards. SIM cards, over 500 SIM cards were seized at that location. Now, I thought they said for you to have a SIM card, you must register it. And it must be linked to, is it NIN? So that shows again this registration of SIM cards is not something that is working. It works only for decent human beings who are law-abiding. It doesn't seem to work for criminals in our midst. So these are the various areas of investigation that the Nigerian state needs to look into, apart from the other details about making sure that this operation does not continue. And we do not want to hear that these people are all released and they go back to their scam operation. Because this is Nigeria. It can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, you're absolutely right that this whole scam was happening under the watch of the security forces in Nigeria. I mean, you're not the only one, Dr. Pati. Let me take this comment from Collins, who wrote, EFCC can parade 193 foreigners in one raid, but can't lay a finger on the real syndicates looting Nigeria dry. Where are the headlines for those who padded the national budget, the oil thieves with private jets, politicians with unexplained mansions in Dubai and London, governors turning state funds into personal piggy banks, while you are raiding big leaf buildings? The real big men are walking free with immunity and luxury.
And not even to the EFCC because we're able to discover intelligence and work on the table and able to work on the suspect that we have. All of them have been identified successfully and charged to court.
This was not a government arrested.
No, all of them. We have all the resources that we have in this man.
The issue of the SIM cards is something that as a nation we have to really look at, and then the procedures. I can assure you these SIM cards were not bought in the street. So as time goes on, you will hear other details in respect of this. Thank you. Then the other from Abraman, yeah, from which, okay. So whether it's the first time we're carrying this kind of massive arrest. The director media just told you that it is the first of its kind that we arrested this kind of large number of this magnitude, over 700 in one operation. He asked the question whether it was done the same day. It was done the same day. It was just between the hours of between 5:30 to around 10 o'clock before we finished moving them. PM. Yeah. Thank you. For those of us that are conversant with legal issues, it is something that we are still on that, and at the right time we will let you know everything. For now, please just bear with us. Thank you very much. Talking to you about the recruitment process, what they tell you is that you are going into marketing. They have marketing that you are going into, so that's what they say to you. So it is when they enter, most of them will now confess to you that when they entered, they now realize that what they were doing was not what they were recruited or said to do. So some of them will tell you that, once I realized that I just wanted to get salary and go away.
Well, it is a serious issue. According to the Efcc, all the floors are equipped with high-end desktop computers. On the 5th floor alone, investigators recovered 500 SIM cards of local telecommunication companies that were bought for criminal purposes. Their Nigerian accomplices were recruited by the foreign kingpins to prospect for victims online through phishing, targeting mostly Americans, Canadians, Mexicans, and several others from European countries. They usually harm them with desktop computers and mobile devices and create fake profiles for them. So sad. While giving further details about the modus operandi of the syndicate, the Efcc chair said the Nigerian accomplices who were assigned WhatsApp accounts linked to foreign telephone numbers, especially from Germany and Italy, engage victims in romantic conversation as well as phantom businesses and investment discussions to trick them to shop on the purported online investment shopping platform called yoto.com, www.yooto.com. He added, for those who show interest, activation fees for an account on the platform starts from 35 USD. Now, this is a big syndicate, big fraud, big syndicate. Now, in Nigeria, it will be difficult for those foreigners to get a SIM card. So they needed some few people, trick them in and got them to access SIM card for them. And through this, they have been able to defraud people. Investigation revealed that the criterion for recruiting these young Nigerians is proficiency in the use of computers, especially typing skill. Those who pass the test are given the desktop computers and mobile devices and then taken through a 2-week induction on how to personate foreign females in romance scam chats and convince victims to invest in their employers' cryptocurrency investment scam. So the bigger picture is that website where all of those people that are con into whatever, they go on that website and they invest. So it's all about investment. Come on this platform, come and invest. I think they said the Nigerians on this are about five Nigerians with 192 foreigners, Chinese, Philippines, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, and the rest of them. Once the Nigerians are able to win the confidence of the would-be victims, the foreigners will take over the actual task of defrauding the victims and proceed to block their Nigeria accomplice from the network. Now, do you get it? Do you understand how it works? So, therefore, they definitely must have blocked a lot of people and then they got caught. So what they do is they draw in that Nigerian guy and say, hey, please, can you help me get a SIM card? Blah, blah, blah. I'll pay this X and Y amount of money. Or come in, I'm going to teach you how to. Once they get the clients, as they are called, they block the Nigerian guy or Nigerian girl, push them off, and then they will be left in the dark. They will proceed with the transaction and defraud whoever. Serious, isn't it? Now, investigations are still ongoing to know who are the heads of this so-called company that these guys claim they work for, because they have not offered anyone appointment letters or received any payment from a corporate account or whatever. So it is purely fraud. It is purely fraud. They said sometimes they pay in cash. Olukoyede said the commission was working with its foregoing partners to establish the extent of the scam and the accomplices, as well as the likelihood of any collaboration with organized international fraud cells. So we have some of these fraud cells in India. We have them in China. We have them all over the place. This is not the first time that this is happening. There was a time there was a burst somewhere, I think it's Zimbabwe and also in South Africa, where hundreds and thousands of Chinese were caught. Hundreds in Zimbabwe. Thousands in South Africa. They have a place rented where thousands of mobile phones with numerous SIM cards were found. So sad. The Efcc chair also used the occasion to debunk the notion that Nigerians are behind the tons of frauds emanating from the country. According to him, he said, foreigners are taking advantage of our nation's unfortunate reputation as a haven of fraud to establish a foothold here to disguise their atrocious criminal enterprises. But as this operation has shown, there will be no hiding place or places for criminals in Nigeria. Also speaking during the occasion, the acting zonal director, Lagos zonal director of the commission, Michael Whitcastle, sought greater collaboration with the media in the fight against corruption and economic financial crimes. This is serious. This is a serious issue. I've always said it times without number that, when you talk about fraud, they say, oh, Nigeria, what do you know? Then you say fraud, scam. No, they are not the only, how do I put it better? I think the same as what the Efcc has presented, that there are foreign nationals who are domiciled in Nigeria and their job is to defraud. Their job is scam. From Russia, from China, Philippines, and all of those countries. When you see them, you think, oh, these guys, they like Nigeria. No, they are there to use the country as a foothold, as a place for them to defraud other people.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.